Hello friend, and welcome to the Season Road, where traveling and cooking collide. No, where traveling and cooking connect. Today's kitchen location is in Albania, and I will be making a traditional Albanian dish, leek pie. Of course, I'll probably put my spin on it because I'm not familiar with this type of cooking and I don't tend to follow recipes. I'm so glad you're here today, and I can't wait to get started on this dish. Let's go. Okay, here are the ingredients we'll be using today. Leeks, the star of our show, onion, eggs, unsweetened yogurt, natural yogurt, baking powder. I have some parsley, so I'm going to throw that in. This is Albanian olive oil pressed in a little village. Salt. This is corn flour. This is very specific for this recipe. All-purpose flour. The recipe calls for feta, but I'm going to use this. And some milk. Really take time to wash your leek thoroughly. They like to hang on to a lot of dirt, so take a little extra time making sure they're nice and clean. We'll start by chopping and dicing one onion. We'll just do a nice quick chop here and set it in the bowl here to the side and save that for the next step. Next, the star of our show, the leek. We're going to chop this up. We'll need approximately 400 grams or 2 cups. I'm not going to be too worried about the exact measurements. Put these to the side. Okay, next to about 6 tablespoons of olive oil. I know it sounds like a lot. Olive oil, we will add our onions and we'll sweat those down, soften them up. And then after that, we'll be adding our beautiful, beautiful leeks. Altogether, I would say that'll take about 20 to 25 minutes to soften those. Next, we'll add the leeks. Saute these, get these incorporated with the oil. Add about a teaspoon of salt. Next, we'll add in about a cup of water, I suppose about 200 milliliters. We'll put the lid on and cook these for a little bit until all the moisture is absorbed, softening up the leeks. They're quite fibrous. Cook those for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. While the leek and onion are simmering, I want to tell you a great story about this homemade, can you say homemade, hand-pressed olive oil that we acquired. We stopped at a little mountain village in Albania. We could see stalls and we wondered what kind of products the vendors were offering. And when we stopped, we found out that they offer hand-pressed in the little village olive oil, honey, dried fruit, all sorts of chamomile tea, herbs, spices, and all sorts of things. And the thing that I got a really big kick out of, or I was really happy to see, was all the oil and the honey are in these repurposed, reused, upcycled bottles. So I'm really glad to support local business, and I'm really glad that they're recycling and upcycling the containers that they have access to. And on top of all that, the olive oil is absolutely delicious. We already dunked it in rustic bread and we've cooked with it a couple of times. And this is what I'm using to make the leek pie. Okay, that only took 5 to 10 minutes, a lot quicker than I thought. We will put this in a bowl and let it cool down as we go forward with the other parts. Okay, I apologize for the background noise. I think the neighbors are doing some construction. First of all, crack an egg and save the yolk to the side. Yolk there, and 1 whole egg. This we're going to keep to the side for later on in the recipe. To the whole egg with the additional white, we'll add about a cup or 200 milliliters of natural yogurt. We'll add in about a cup of milk or about 200 milliliters. We'll add about 180 milliliters or 3/4 of a cup of water. And we'll mix this well. Next, we're going to add 4 tablespoons of flour. This is the biggest bowl that I have, so we'll make it work. A teaspoon of baking powder. I don't have a teaspoon, so we're going to eyeball it. About a teaspoon of salt. And now we're going to mix this together. So mix this thoroughly. Okay, to our cooled off leek and onion mixture, I'm going to add, other recipes I've seen call for 100 grams or maybe half or 2/3 of a cup. I'm going to add more because I'm a super duper cheese lover. So I'm going to crumble up much more than that, quite a bit more. I have parsley from another dish that I made, so I'm going to throw it in for good measure. It'll make it look pretty. And pepper. And some salt. Add your wet ingredients and mix thoroughly. All right, let's mix all this yumminess together. That looks great for our filling, and next we'll work on the crust. Oh, this looks beautiful. Next, we're adding 10 tablespoons of corn flour. Quick note, corn flour versus cornmeal. This recipe calls for corn flour, which is much finer than cornmeal. So I'm going to very cautiously say that you can swap out cornmeal. I would find the finest you can find for the corn flour. Just remember, you're going to have a different texture. It's going to be grittier, and I don't know if the bottom crust is going to hold together the same way. But corn flour and cornmeal are, in essence, they're the same, but the corn flour is much finer, and swap at your own risk. Teaspoon of salt, and mix that together a bit. Next, we're going to grease our big round Albanian pan with about 2 tablespoons of oil. And I got this pan here in Albania, so look for my video about my shopping haul, and you'll hear the story of how I came about this pan. Now that the pan is greased, we're going to put in 7 of the 10 tablespoons. Okay, we'll spread this out and get it all the way to the sides. Cover the bottom. Okay, I have my oven heating to 220 Celsius, which is about 425 Fahrenheit. I have this all smoothed out to the edges and hopefully a nice even layer around the whole pan. We'll add our leek mixture gently. You could probably hear the oven humming. Let's distribute the mixture evenly around the pan. Now we're going to take our 3 tablespoons of corn flour that was in reserve, and we're going to sprinkle it all over this. Top it evenly. We're going to leave this for about 5 minutes for all the corn flour to absorb the liquid. And then we'll be back. Now I'll drizzle a little bit of olive oil over the top. We're going to pop this in the oven for 25 minutes for the first part of the baking. And now let's work on our crusty, and now let's work on the glaze that we're going to put on after 25 minutes. While the leek pie is in the oven, we'll prepare the glaze topping. Tablespoon of yogurt, maybe I'll give a little extra, and about a tablespoon and a half of milk. I guess I got to be closer to 2. Now we'll stir this up. Oh, mamma mia, this smells so good. Woo, whoa. Okay, let's take this out after 25 minutes. Put our egg wash on and then go for the next round. Egg wash was the term I wasn't able to come up with earlier. We'll take our egg, yogurt, and milk wash and wash it over the pie, and then we'll put it in for another 25 minutes. Just like that, over the whole thing, and pop it back in the oven. I'm going to watch this very carefully. This particular oven has convection, which I have on to make the top nice and brown, so that sometimes shaves off some baking time. And now that I have the egg wash on, I don't want to burn it, so I'll be watching this very carefully, maybe another 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, let's see, it's been about 20 minutes. Let a little heat out. Woo! Oh, look at this. Gorgeous lady. Look what we have here, and it smells delicious. I've never made this before, so I can't say from experience, but it looks gorgeous. It's going to be hard to wait 5 minutes for this to settle, cool down a little bit and set up. That's going to be a long 5 minutes. I'm going to try to cut this very, very gently and carefully because I only used this pan one other time and I really don't want to scratch it up. Okay, let's try and get this piece out. I think it's going to come. Wow, I'm really excited. Okay, now let's give this a taste. Okay, the moment of truth. Hot. Wow, thanks Albania. Thank you for inspiring me to try your dish of leek pie. It's fabulous. The crust is crunchy. The cheese adds kind of a pungent flavor with the yogurt, but not sour. It's absolutely delicious. I love onions, and so I'm not surprised that I'm really enjoying the leek. Thank you so much, Albania. I will make this for years to come. Now, if you wouldn't mind leaving a comment below if you are Albanian. For some reason, I have a strong urge to drizzle some yogurt on here. Just plain natural yogurt. I think that would go great with this, but I don't know. Maybe that would be kind of a horrible thing to do if you're Albanian. Let me know in the comments if that would ruin this perfectly wonderful dish. Thank you everybody for coming to my Albanian rental kitchen. Please give us a like, subscribe to our channel. I can't wait to see you in the next one.